And I guess we can go from talking about Madonna to Beyonce because word on the street is that, of course, with Madonna and a bunch of other girls coming out with their new albums this year, there has been a lot of talk whether or not Beyonce is going to be releasing Act Three. Now, some of her fans, or AKA the Beehive, have been doing a lot of sleuthing, and they believe that Beyonce is set to release or make an announcement about the new album on Monday because Monday is the 4th, right? And may the fourth be with you. And so on Monday she's supposed to be making an appearance at the Met Gala. Which, child, don't even get me started with the political situation going on with the Met Gala, but I do be living for the fashion, so I'm not gonna hold you on that. But everything else that goes on with the whole Met Gala situation is like whatever. But she's supposed to be coming and making an appearance at the Met Gala, and people believe that she's going to be bringing some stuff up in regards to that whole situation around that time, which her publicist has denied. So now, as Beyonce Knowles Carter's highly anticipated Met Gala return nears, speculation is mounting that her Act 3 album rollout could be linked to the event. The 35-time Grammy winner is set to return to the Metropolitan Museum of Art's spring exhibition for the first time in a decade on May 4th. This time, Beyonce will step in as a 2026 co-chair alongside Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Anna Wintour. Because I think they changed it because last year it was like the whole, what's it like, Black Excellence or something or another. I forget what the whole thing was, but they had Coleman Domingo and Pharrell and all of them that was a part of that. Now, ahead of the Met Gala, dubbed fashion's biggest night in New York City, rumors have been circulating on social media that Beyonce might be making an announcement related to her next album. One fan account called at Bay's Catalog on Twitter alleged that the singer's next album will be announced in connection to the Met Gala, speculating that the lead single release could be scheduled for next month and a full album release this summer. However, that is unlikely to be the case because her longtime publicist, Yvette Knowles Shore, rejected those claims, commenting on the fan's social media post that this is unequivocally false. An anonymous source also reportedly told Today that the singer's unannounced Act 3 won't be released next week. So, look, we've been hearing about this Act 3 trilogy since like 2022. We already got what is it, Renaissance, which literally is supposed to be Act Two. Cowboy Carter was supposed to be Act One, but because of the way the world was at the time, Beyonce decided, let me just release a house record. Which, if you really think about it, it would have made more sense for her to do the Cowboy Carter thing because A, it would have really been polarizing, which it turned out to be when the album was released, where you had all the discourse surrounding like black people getting edutained about the history of black people in country music and white folks who literally want to gatekeep and colonize every damn thing, including art, getting all upset because you had this mainstream black person who was jumping into a space they felt like was theirs. Although it's funny enough, I was sitting there watching the finale of All Star 6 because I've been binging RuPaul's Drag Race All Star 6, and they had them do "This Is Our Country," which is a song between Tanya Tucker and RuPaul. So the final four had to write their lyrics or whatever, and there was something that Tanya Tucker said that made a whole lot of sense, and I really wish that a lot of people in the country space would have taken heed to it. Which was, she said that I loved it. Well, I think it was that Roger O'Hara asked her how does she feel about all these different sounds, like hip hop and all these other different vibes coming into the country space. She's like, "Oh, I love the fact that we're evolving and the sound is evolving, and there's so many different sounds and things that are coming into the world of country music. And if people got a problem with it, then they need to go off and do something else." And I kind of wish that that was the case because it's funny how people like Jelly Roll and Post Malone and all these other people can come in and swagger jack black culture, and then when the shit hits the fan, then they want to run back to their white constituents. But when black people want to come in and do something that was originally a black genre, because country comes from blues, that sort of thing, that history, then all of a sudden y'all want to come with the racial undertones, or y'all want to gatekeep, like how y'all doing Shabuzi, who out here tap dancing and still trying to get in that damn space. And Beyonce, who's like, yeah, I'm not bending the knee to come kiss y'all ass or to get along with it. Oh, well, you need to come hang out with us. Why I gotta do all that? You other people don't be wasting time coming over here trying to come into our shit and spending the time. But then again, The problem with black folks is y'all invite everybody, anybody who got a little swagger to them on the white side to the cookout. They don't have to work as hard, but they want black people to jump through hoops when it comes to wanting to come over on their neck of the woods, which I find hilarious. So I'm glad Beyonce didn't bend the knee to the foolishness over there with the country music people. She put out her music. She said what she said. She did her stadium tours. She pretty much um had y'all all looking dumb out here with the financial settings of that whole thing, and she kept it pushing. So that's what I love about my Virgo sister. I told her I'm 2 days older than her, so I can say that. My Virgo sister. So it's like, when it comes to her and all of the stuff, I'm glad she did her big one, kept it moving. Now she's on to the next thing. And the act three is supposed to be rock music, which I actually like. And child, I hope your rock music is way better than what that mess Charlie XCX claims she coming out with, because the fact of the matter, yeah, I'm throwing that dagger at her because of what she said about house music. You can't jump in the dance music space and then shit on it because you talking about the dance floor is dead. No, sis, maybe you got two left damn feet and you're not good in that whole space. But don't come up in here in my house, disrespecting my house, and then now you want to jump on the next genre because that whole DIY rock vibe is starting to come back. And people like when you see like Slater has kind of found a way to bring the electronic stuff with the rock and the metal and all that other stuff, and has found a way to pretty much do you better than you, sis, quiet as it's kept. So um looking forward to the record whenever it comes out. I think that if Beyonce wants to release music, Beyonce do it in like the third quarter or the fourth quarter of 2026, like maybe in the fall or whatever the case is. Because look, we got so many girls dropping music right now, and I'm living for all the girls, the pop girlies that's been releasing music. Zara Larson released a deluxe edition of or remix album, which I'm living for. Um, Melanie C dropped a new album, Sweat, which is great. Madonna's out here dropping singles, got a new album coming out in July. So we're gonna be eating good in the movie front, which that's a whole different story because a lot of great movies come out in 2026, and in the music side as well. So who knows when this record is coming out? But whenever it does, I'll be here to listen to it and talk about it and give my discourses and all that other stuff. But yeah, everybody out here making lies and fairy tales. And I was like, we could just wait until Monday to find out if the album gets released or there's any kind of announcement. But like they said, or maybe somebody be smart enough on the red carpet and ask her, "So you got any announcements to make about the thing?" Or unless Beyonce, one of those people, like, I'm only going to come out and do the pictures, but don't ask me no questions because I don't like talking in public. So it's one of those. But anyway, in the meantime, I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of this story? Do you believe that we could be possibly getting an announcement about Act Three on Monday, or do you think that we'll be getting Act Three sometime this year? So whatever your thoughts are on that matter, and she has dabbled in rock music before. She worked with, because there was I forgot to mention, there was this post of her dropping the Stevie Nicks situation, because it was like, yeah, I wrapped this whole thing up, didn't even get to that part. So hold on. I was like, let me pull that up. So it was this. So it said Beyonce has removed all merch from Cowboy Carter. For Cowboy Carter from her website, she has posted an old interview with Destiny's Child and Stevie Nicks. So some people think that she has Stevie Nicks on her upcoming album because she did sample Edge of 17 for Bootylicious, and she has worked with artists in the past. She has worked with some, what was it, Jack White produced. I don't know how many tracks did he produce on Lemonade, but I know she has collaborated with Jack White in the past. So she's dabbled in the whole rock music space and using a lot of those elements. So Beyonce is kind of like trying to solidify herself as just being this stereotypical black girl that sings R&B music, which in my opinion gets boring. I like when the black girls step outside their comfort zone and likes to mix and match different sounds. That's why I live for Rihanna, because Rihanna was like, I'm gonna be that island gal who does like different genres and different styles and kind of brings that whole international side to her music. And that's why I think she's become more of an internet. I mean, she loved it in America too, but she's become more of that international girl than anything because she wasn't afraid to mix a plethora of different styles. I feel like that old big headed ass child. What's that one that can't hold her own damn awards and had uh Hallie over there looking at her like, bitch, you done lost your mind. And the only one who was stupid enough to hold that damn award was Lil Nas X. I don't like that shit would have stayed right on the floor. Tyler, she trying to be the new Rihanna, but the music ain't musicking. So yeah. So she posted this, and that was what got the girlies all, sleuthing. So I just want to point that out before I forget. But yeah, in the meantime, I definitely want to hear from y'all regarding this whole situation. When do you think it's coming? Hopefully it'll be coming in the next year or two. But right now, I need my Madonna and everybody else. Beyonce, drop the shit later. We don't need you kind of come up in here and sabotage the thing. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.